At the recording of this video, Bitcoin is trading for $41,900. Although I do have some investment in Bitcoin, I've never taken it seriously. And that's because I've heard a lot of terrible news around cryptocurrencies in general. And I'm sure you have too. But here's where we need to learn from some of this information that we get out there. And one thing that I'm going to share with you in this video is that diversification is so important. Now, you don't have to invest in cryptocurrencies. You don't have to invest in Bitcoin if you don't want to. But here's something that we need to understand. There is an importance of blockchain in the way the industry is going, in IT, in technology in general. I'm sorry, my voice is hoarse. But the point here is this is an important message that I'd like to share with you guys. Hopefully, you guys can benefit from this. So what is a blockchain? A blockchain is a public ledger that records all Bitcoin transactions, eliminating the need for a third party to process payments. So think of a blockchain as a database where information is entered and stored. Bitcoin isn't regulated by a central authority. Instead, its users dictate and verify each transaction when one person pays the other for goods and services, and the completed transaction is recorded into a blockchain. Bitcoin is built on blockchain and does have some benefits like being able to transact 24 hours, 7 days a week, reduce transaction fees, the transaction speed is much faster than the traditional banks, no need for KYC, which is know your customer procedures, and better security, and so much more. As it stands, there are future possibilities that the blockchain technology will be used in different areas like healthcare. It can be used by the government for voting purposes, and any area that includes record keeping. Now, the biggest concerns that surrounds the blockchain technology and Bitcoin can be classified into three major areas. The first is the cost of running the blockchain. The second is the illicit activities that is surrounded by Bitcoin in general, and the third is the regulations. In the last 1 month, Bitcoin is up about 20% or about $7,100. And in the last 1 year, it is up about 147% or about $24,900. This is due to so many reasons, but more recently, there's been a lot of optimism surrounding the approval odds of a spot ETF or a Bitcoin-focused ETF. The SEC should conclude on their decision by the second week of January. And based on this optimism in the air, investors have been piling into cryptocurrencies in general. Because if it gets approved, hopefully Bitcoin shoots to the moon. When it comes to investing, it's important to diversify investments in general, whether you're investing in stocks, whether you're investing in bonds, whether you're investing in cryptocurrencies, because opportunities will present themselves in all of these assets. For example, if you have invested in gold, I'm sure you're probably making some money now. I'm sure if you invested in silver, you're probably making some money at this point also. If you've invested in stocks, you're probably making some money also. And that's where the long-term concept or the long-term approach to investing becomes important. If you're considering adding cryptocurrencies into your portfolio, understand that cryptocurrencies are very volatile. And this generally would increase the risk also associated with your portfolio. Investing in cryptocurrencies should be approached carefully. And that's where your risk management becomes important. Now, generally speaking, you shouldn't have more than 3% of your portfolio in cryptocurrencies. So for example, if your portfolio is say worth $10,000, you shouldn't have more than $300 in cryptocurrencies. Of course, you can always adjust this value as you want. You can push it up to maybe 10%, but that is extremely high because if the cryptocurrency falls by just 5%, your portfolio will be down a lot and you don't want that. That's why it's important to manage your risk going in and strategically invest in cryptocurrencies.